This week from Hollywood, we take you to the premiere of Michael in Berlin, Germany. And then we take you to the special screening of Beast in LA. Next, we catch up with Justin Bieber and Sabrina Carpenter at Coachella. And find out why Katy Perry is being sued by Ruby Rose. Plus, Nicole Kidman has a new title to add to her list, Death Doula? And then we shine the spotlight on You, Me, and Tuscany star Halle Bailey. All of these updates and more are coming up. But first, let's take a look at the red carpet. First up, we take you to the premiere of Michael in Berlin, where the past and present collided.
Y'all willing to fight for it?
Yes, sir.
I need to hear you a little louder. Y'all willing to fight for it?
Yes, sir.
Ready whenever you are, Michael.
It was a golden night for the memory of the King of Pop. Actress Nia Long starred as Jackson family matriarch, Catherine.
It's so amazing. This is like the most incredible evening for all of us. We've worked so hard on this film. All we wanted to do was to honor and celebrate Michael and have a moment to come together and party because we've all worked so hard.
Jafar Jackson stars as Michael.
There was a feeling of so much excitement and also emotional. Just to see myself in the mirror and me wearing the bad outfit, which was the day one. I couldn't wait to get on that stage and blast the music and put on a great show. So that was my mindset, but I couldn't help but really take in the moment of what I was looking at in my reflection. So it was really surreal and emotional.
Joseph David Jones had an epic experience getting into his role.
I'm playing Jackie Jackson, and Jackie, he was in shape. Like, I mean, the guy was fit. So I ended up having to lose about 15 pounds just to like step into the role of Jackie. I am not the strongest dancer, although I am a musician. Like, the singing was easy to step into, the dancing not so much. So Rich and Tone definitely whipped me into shape, and I think a little bit of that helped me lose the weight too.
That is what I want the world to feel. Magic.
Next, we take you to the special screening of Beast in LA.
Your brother has some debts that need attention. Come out of retirement, fight the world champion, or else we burn down your world. I need 6 months. You have 7 weeks.
The role of Patton James is played by actor Daniel McPherson.
Patton, yeah. Look, Patton James was once a fighter. He was a champion fighter. He's experienced, life at all the highs that come with the fight game. He's now at the lowest of the low, and for various reasons, as we discover in the film, he's got to get back in the cage and fight not only for his family, not only for his loved ones, but he's got to fight for himself, fight for identity, fight for his future. And that's the making of a great fight film.
Next, we learned about his training regime.
When Russell Crowe backs you into a fight film, you don't leave any stone unturned. So I started training immediately way back in 22. So that meant 3 years of MMA training, boxing, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and MMA, which is its own beast of a sport on its own. I took myself up to Thailand to train with Fight Camp in Thailand on a couple of occasions. I trained with the best coaches I could find in Australia and around the world.
Beast was directed by Tyler Atkins.
What drew me to Beast was the underdog story, the story of hard work, determination, never giving up. Forgiveness is a big element too that's sort of sprinkled through this movie, and I'm big on forgiveness, and I'm big on people chasing their dreams.
Kenny, keep taking fighting! Get it, baby! Fucking think! And I can win!
Pop superstar Sabrina Carpenter reminded us all why we needed a little espresso at Coachella Weekend 1 when she performed one of her hottest hits. With glitz, glamour, fashion, and lighting that would make Times Square jealous, the 26-year-old star sauntered on stage for her show-stopping number. But her night wasn't without controversy. Sabrina issued a public apology to fans after she mocked someone cheering in Arabic. Calling it pure confusion and sarcasm, the Life of a Showgirl legend admitted she could have handled it better. Unlike Sabrina's jaw-dropping performance at Coachella, Justin Bieber took a less provocative approach. At one point, the 32-year-old popped on old music videos and sang along to the music. This spiked major controversy among attendees like Katy Perry, Zara Larsson, and Lizzo. Justin's wife and road founder Hailey Bieber, 29, clapped back at criticism of her husband's Coachella performance, saying she was so proud. Justin has an opportunity to do it all over again when he returns for weekend 2 of the Feisty Festival. Coachella marks his first major performance since his 2022 Justice World Tour. Speaking of Katy Perry, she is under investigation for reportedly assaulting Orange is the New Black star, Ruby Rose. Here's what we know. Ruby claims the Roar singer sexually assaulted her at a nightclub in Melbourne, Australia. The incident came to light when Ruby responded to Katy's critique of Justin's Coachella set, dismissing her vibes. While she didn't file a police report, Ruby says she is now seeking legal action against the 41-year-old singer. As for Katy's camp, they say the allegation is categorically false and dangerous, reckless lies. Moving right along, we hear Oscar-winning star Nicole Kidman is adding a new title to her repertoire, Death Doula. The baby girl actress said she was inspired to take on the new role following the extended illness and death of her mother, Janelle Ann Kidman, in 2024. When Nicole realized her mother was lonely during the dying process, she hired someone to sit and provide solace to her. Now Nicole wants to return the favor to other families. Pop star Selena Gomez hasn't been seen publicly with Demi Lovato in nearly 10 years. But that all changed when she attended Demi's It's Not That Deep tour in Orlando, Florida. Saying she was in tears and blown away, the Rare Beauty founder called it one of the best shows. Later, the Disney Channel alums caught up backstage and shared their special snap with all of their fans. Their story goes way back to appearing pre-Disney in Barney and Friends together from 2002 to 2004. Demi and Selena may have grown apart over the years, but they seem to be back. We hear Britney Spears has voluntarily checked herself into a rehab treatment center. The news comes 1 month after she was arrested for driving under the influence in California. Following her release from police custody, a rep for the Grammy winner said this was an unfortunate incident that is completely inexcusable. Britney's ex-husband Kevin Federline, with whom she shares sons Sean Preston, 20, and Jaden James, 19, said he is happy that she is getting help and that she should complete treatment. And her other ex-husband, Sam Asghari, said that while they have not spoken, he wished her the most success in recovery. This week, we shine the spotlight on You, Me, and Tuscany star Halle Bailey. This 26-year-old actress-singer starred in the Color Purple remake and made our hearts flutter as the Little Mermaid in Disney's live-action film of the same name. The leading lady from Georgia is more than just a wrinkle in time. She's also a composer and has appeared in music videos for her own tunes, as well as supporting Beyoncé. Now Hailey stars in the romantic comedy You, Me, and Tuscany. First things first, Halle's reaction to the script.
My first thought when I read the script was, wow, what a beautiful journey of this young girl who is experiencing life and trauma and heartbreak and disappointment and not being so sure of herself and her future, but also she has such dreams and passions and excitement for what she loves to do, which is be a chef and cook, and her journey of missing her mother. And I just was really struck by how beautiful of a story it was and how she ended up finding her way.
About that love triangle.
Yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic with the love triangle because Anna has caught herself in this great big lie, saying that she's marrying Mateo, and then Mateo starts to go along with it. So to the world and to their family, they're supposed to look like a united front. But then here comes Michael, like somebody she actually is really falling for, and she's like, whoa, what do I do? Because I know if I fall for him in front of people, I'm gonna look like a terrible person. Like I'm gonna look like I'm doing Mateo wrong. even though people don't know that this is not real. So it was really funny having to navigate that.
There's something magical about filming in Italy.
Well, we were in Rome for the majority of filming, but then be here in Tuscany. I've never been to Tuscany before, and I am honestly blown away by the beauty of the vineyards, of the fields, of just the land. It's just incredible, and the people are so kind, and it's just a very peaceful little town. So I'm having a great time, but I think it really adds and enhances a lot to the film.
I'm sorry, did you just order honey for your burger?
It's for the fries. The sweetness brings out the saltiness. It's really good. Anyway, I'm about to eat my feelings, so please just leave me alone.
Nick Jonas just inked a deal with Netflix for an as-yet untitled rom-com from director Ari Sandel. The power ballad actor and pop star will play a perennial bachelor whose carefree life is no more when he unexpectedly inherits his cousin's baby. Of course, as Hollywood goes, a love story unfolds with the woman trying to win custody of the unexpected little package. Nick is also currently working on the upcoming film White Elephant opposite Ready or Not star Katherine Newton. He also just premiered his musical dramedy Power Ballad at South by Southwest, and later this year will jump onto the big screen again in Jumanji opposite Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black, and Kevin Hart. The Bryan Cranston dark comedy Chili Finger follows a small-town lawyer who discovers a severed finger in her bowl of chili and turns the situation around to her gain. Or so she thinks. Things get dicey when other players enter the arena. Actors Judy Greer toplines with co-stars Sean Astin and John Goodman. Chili Finger had its world premiere at South by Southwest last month, and now we're hearing it's getting a major push to more global audiences. Stay tuned. Universal just dropped a major reveal for Ride Along fans. The third installment is in the works. We're hearing Ride Along 3 is in the early development stage, with Ice Cube and Kevin Hart signed on to star. Director Tim Story and producer Will Packer are also on board. It's been a decade since Ride Along 2, and with the successful revival of the Bad Boys franchise as an indication, audiences are ready. As far as the story goes for RA3, that's under wraps. We can tell you that it's the first time in negotiations where everyone is on the same page and revving to go. This week on our Hollywood Box Office Countdown, we're giving you the top 5 films of the week. Here we go. The 5th ranking film at the box office this week was You, Me, and Tuscany with $3.5 million.
What do I do?
You can pretend to be his fiancé, or you go to prison. Either way, it's very romantic.
The 4th ranking film at the box office this week was The Drama with $4.7 million.
Are you serious? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna order an Uber.
Emma, what the fuck?
The 3rd ranking film at the box office this week was Lee Cronin's The Mummy with $13 million.
How many others were found?
57.
The 2nd ranking film at the box office this week was Project Hail Mary with $18.5 million.
We have a doctorate in molecular biology.
And I ride a bike to work. And it's not for exercise.
And the number 1 ranking film at the box office this week was the Super Mario Galaxy movie with $30 million. Hollywood birthdays this week have our celebrities turning anywhere from 24 to 67. Buffy the Vampire Slayer star Sarah Michelle Gellar turned 49. Little Miss Sunshine star Abigail Breslin turned 30. The Brutalist star Adrian Brody turned 53. Rapper Da Brat turned 52. Harry Potter alum Emma Watson turned 36. The Studio star Seth Rogen turned 44. Sense and Sensibility star Emma Thompson turned 67. The Handmaid's Tale star Samira Wiley turned 39. Stranger Things star Sadie Sink turned 24. The Super Mario Galaxy movie star Anya Taylor-Joy turned 30. Chance the Rapper turned 33. The Crown alum Claire Foy turned 42. Yes Day star Jennifer Garner turned 54. Spice Girl Victoria Beckham turned 52. Carol alum Rooney Mara turned 41. Reality star Kourtney Kardashian turned 47. Comedian Conan O'Brien turned 63. Barbie alum America Ferrera turned 42. And Song Sung Blue star Kate Hudson turned 47. Be sure to tune in next week for more glitz, glamour, and news from Hollywood Newsfeed.